This is something new even I came across. I thought the stop reason should have been stopped by user.
No, but
But
we didn't stop it. We didn't force stop it. Then why would it be forced by user? I mean, sorry,
I don't know.
done by
That is
user.
the stop reason Fargate gives. I don't really know the reason in depth why, even after
Okay.
successful execution, why it was telling that it was stopped by user. So now, even here, the execution was successful. We saw in the log file. We
So
ended
I
the
guess next time on we should, irrespective of whatever reason is showing, we should go down to see the exit code at least in case,
yeah.
and check the CloudWatch
Yeah.
for an
Also,
error.
another way to test if your task is working or not, when you get the MongoDB access, you can
Hmm.
actually go into the database and check, okay, has it written in it or not?
Okay.
You get
Yeah,
it?
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then, but like supposing the kind of errors that we will get, like is there any error that would be such that after a certain amount of scraping is done, then you end up with some error and it terminates. If that kind of error is there, MongoDB will still have written some data in.
Okay, that depends on your implementation. Okay, so
Okay.
right now, how I implemented is I collect all the emails across
Hmm.
all the pages. I
Yeah.
save it into a set,
Hmm.
and when this entire scraping task is completed, like for 5 pages, I have collected all the emails for 5 pages, and
Yeah.
then I write it into MongoDB.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
I see.
so if at all there is some error in
Okay,
between,
so in your implementation, if there's an error, then if MongoDB does not come up with any data, you can be sure there's an error. Okay.
yes, one way of saying it's partially true because now we'll be moving to the Lambda task. So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing is inside Lambda, I am actually first creating the document,
Mm-hmm.
a MongoDB document. The only difference would be the key called as collection of scraped email. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be empty. It's going to be an empty string. Only after the scraping part, the key a collection of scraped email will have a set or a set string which will have all the emails. Okay.
Can you repeat that last part? I didn't really.
Wait, I'll show you. I'll share my screen and I'll show you. You'll get a better hang of it.
All right.
What am I saying? So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So MongoDB Atlas. Do ask ma'am for the access to Atlas, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll give you a brief overview of what is this. Code market staging is actually the cluster. Inside the cluster, you have many databases. So all these are databases. So my database is code market underscore Akash, and inside this database,
Sorry. Code market entirely you said is a cluster.
yeah, this code market staging is a
Okay.
cluster. Inside cluster, you have multiple databases. So
Okay.
all these are database. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all these are databases. So I'll select my database, that is code market underscore Akash, and this clean email, test one, Yelp scraping, mailing list, all these are collections.
Okay.
And inside collections you have what do you call as documents.
Okay.
So yeah, see, so what I saying is when according to the new flow and all the updates that I have done, that I also told you on WhatsApp, okay, you just need to git clone and stuff. when you run the Lambda, what it will do is it will create one document. So it will give the name, it will give the limit, it will give a scraping completed. Here it is scraping completed, but it will keep the status as scraping started. I
Okay.
have hard coded it by typing created by UI. So that is also happening in the Lambda. There will be no timestamp. It will be an empty string, and this collection of email script is also going to be an empty string. Okay.
In your Lambda.
In my Lambda, yes.
Yeah, when you're initially coding it, just repeat this last part again. So
Okay.
when you're
So
coding it into your Lambda, what will be the initial status?
there will be a name.
Okay.
There will be limit.
Hmm.
The status would be as scraping started,
Yeah.
and then the created by would be UI.
Hmm.
There will be no timestamp. It is going to be an empty string,
Hmm.
and the collection of email script will also be an empty string.
Okay.
And now, when this Lambda triggers a Fargate task,
Hmm.
so it will do all the scraping,
Hmm.
and it will search for this particular document with the name Yelp Scraper.
Yeah.
And it will update the created timestamp. So since earlier it was an empty string, now it will have a timestamp.
Yeah.
And then a collection of email script was an empty string. It will be replaced by this particular object, whatever you're seeing now. This
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
you get it? So
Yeah. Yeah.
if at all you're wondering why your Ishika thing is not here, why is it
Hmm.
Yelp scraper? So in my Python file, I'm no longer writing any document, right? I am
Yeah.
querying for a document and I'm updating that.
Hmm.
So there is no document with the name as Ishika.
Yeah.
So nothing has been written to MongoDB because the query itself is not there. So that particular document does not exist, so it is not writing anything. Now we'll
Yeah.
code the Lambda, and after that you will be able to see that inside Yelp scraper there is another document with the name Ishika, and whatever I am telling you,
Yeah.
that is that. So we'll move to Lambda. So now are you satisfied that okay, I have created the Fargate task and it is running?
Yeah. I just wish the VP session would have worked. I'm
Yeah, we'll
just
figure that
going
out.
back to that in mind. But yeah, I overall get the idea. Like what we discussed yesterday, theoretically, what I'd done yesterday was I'd noted down all the steps that you told me that we're going to go with the flow in this way. Yeah, we've been taking off things. We've done everything in that particular order. It's making sense.
Yeah. Okay. So don't really worry about the VPC. I think it will show up when maybe it's not been refreshed in the drop down list or something like that. So you can
Okay.
use any VPC and any subnet. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Your like Fargate task is running.
Hmm.
So
Right.
actually there was no necessary need to create a VPC. We could have simply
Okay.
used all the already existing ones, but just for the sake of creating, I told you to select the checkbox and stuff.
Right.
So so now writing this Lambda, it's going to be a little tricky. I'll tell you why. So
Okay.
there are some default libraries that this Lambda already allows. So like it will allow JSON, it will allow CSV, it will allow Boto3, it will allow RE, it won't allow validate email, it won't allow PyMongo, it will allow URL-lib, it will allow socket. Okay.
Okay.
So now if you run a MongoDB client in this, it will raise an error. There is no module called PyMongo, or
Right.
PyMongo is not defined.
Okay.
So how do you do it is that you create a package first. You create a zip file, and inside that zip file you have all those modules. So my screen is sharing, right? Yeah.
I'm
So you can
sorry,
see
your
here.
voice lagged a little in the last couple of sentences. Can you
Oh,
repeat what you said?
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can.
So what we'll do is we'll create a package that
Okay.
will have this file log.py, that will have this lambda underscore function.py file, and
Hmm.
the respective modules what you need. So I
Okay.
need PyMongo and I need DNS Python.
Hmm.
So we'll create a zip file, and then when we create a lambda function, we'll click on action and we'll upload a zip file.
Okay.
So the detailed thing, I have a YouTube URL. What you can do is, how do you want it? You want to watch the video and simultaneously do it now, or you want to set it up on your own by watching the video?
I don't know what is the better way. I don't really know. Like, I don't know. What about the code thing? Do I have to type the whole thing out or what?
See, the code is available on GitHub, so there is nothing to do about it. What you will have to do is you'll have to create that package.
Okay.
Go to YouTube. Just a second. Okay, just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'll share this video link with you on the Skype chat only or on WhatsApp. I'll share it on WhatsApp. It's better. So
Hmm.
yeah. So this guy has explained a lot many things very nicely and fantastic.
Okay. Okay. So, if you could go back to your MongoDB screen once.
Yeah, just a second. Okay. I'll just
Yeah.
paste. Yeah, Mongo. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Sorry, not Mongo. I need you to go to Lambda. That's my
Okay,
bad.
Lambda.
Yeah, when you say you're creating a package, what exactly do we want inside that package? You said that three or four of these modules are not allowed. So, how is making our own package helping here? I don't quite see the concept.
Okay, so when you don't have a module available, like installed on your local machine, what do? You do pip install, right?
Yeah.
So now you don't have that option here. You cannot pip install.
Okay.
So, but you want that module, you want to use that module, you have to make available that module to Lambda.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I do.
this folder, what you see here, PyMongo, this folder is actually the entire package. Have you
Okay.
ever seen the when you go into your local machine inside your Python 3.6 or whatever version, you must
Hmm.
have seen there are a lot many folders,
Yeah.
and inside those folders there are a lot many Python files.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that one folder is what we call as a package.
yeah. Right.
So the exact same thing we are replicating here. So
So, but then
uh,
that will require me to install the package. Yeah? Only when I install the package do I get that file on my computer inside the Python
yes,
file or whatever.
yes. So what you
Oh,
will be doing is on your local machine, you will be creating one folder. Inside that folder, you'll be installing these packages, whatever you want, or all these modules
yeah,
like
yeah,
PyMongo and like DNS Python, since PyMongo requires DNS Python.
yeah.
So for Mongo connection, only these two are required. All this validate
Okay.
email and stuff, I had already tried writing a clean email function on Lambda. That is why I imported validate email.
Okay, okay.
So what am I telling you is it
Yeah,
will
so
look
in the Python file over here, I should put the packages that we will need and then,
yeah. So see this is my Python directory, and there is PyCache and this lib and all stuff. So all these
hmm,
lib and all stuff inside, there are a lot many Python files, what we call as a module. So this
yeah,
particular folder is called a package.
yeah.
So I'm simply importing it. So I want to do the same thing. So just a second, I'll show you what what we'll be creating, what we want to create on the local machine. So see, this is email cleaning deploy. This is one folder I created,
Yeah.
and this is having all the required. See, the PyCache, wherever this PyCache is there, understand this entire folder is a package.
Okay.
Okay, so there's when you follow the steps from the video,
Hmm.
you'll be able to create one such folder. Okay, inside
Okay.
that you'll be installing this PyMongo and this DNS Python,
Right.
and you need to paste. You need to create a lambda underscore function. The name should be this only. Okay, lambda underscore function.
Okay.
And inside this lambda underscore function, there will be one single what do you call as a function defined, def lambda underscore handler, and the parameters would be event, and the next one would be event and context. Okay.
Define lambda handler event equal. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this
So
function doing?
uh, this is the default way how a lambda function should look. So you are just
Okay.
replicating that. So
All
now
right.
on my repository, I have named the file as lambda fargate.
Hmm.
If at all you have ever opened that file, the first line I have written, it's a comment, is that when you are uploading this to lambda, please change the name to lambda underscore function.
Right.
So you see this, there's this lambda underscore function, and this is the file actually
Okay.
right here.
Yeah.
So when you create a particular folder like this, for me, it's email cleaning deploy, and there are multiple packages in that. I have the
Hmm.
lambda underscore function in that. I have to create a zip file of that.
Okay.
So once you have created the zip file,
You have to create
I'll
a zip file of this whole email cleaning deploy thing.
yes.
Okay.
Whatever folders and files were there, I just I compressed it together into a zip file.
Yeah.
And once I create a lambda function after the creation, I'll select on actions, and I'll select upload a zip file.
Okay.
Okay, so when I upload it, all this will be right in front of me. I will be
Right.
able to see all the packages on my left hand side and the written
Okay.
lambda function here.
Right. So we are
So
kind of indirectly bringing our the required packages from our local machines to for the Lambda to run. Yeah.
yes, correct.
Okay.
So when you have done this essential task, you'll be able to run your Lambda and stuff. So what is there in the Lambda code? Uh, he- I am defining mailing list as Akash. So that is the particular unique name. So in your case, it would be Ishika.
Hmm.
And then I'm creating a MongoDB client. I am
Hmm.
accessing that database. I am accessing that particular collection. Collection name is Yelp Scraper mailing list, and then I'm querying it. That particular document, I'm querying it. So record will have the particular document that we saw on the MongoDB Atlas.
Okay.
What is
Can
my
you
query?
repeat that last part again? What
Yes.
will client have again? I'm sorry.
So this client will have the MongoDB client. So we are establishing an connection with MongoDB, and
Okay.
the client is basically an object
Okay.
of MongoDB.
Right.
So
Then
now
DB will be the database. Okay, your code market Akash
the
database is
data,
there.
yes,
Collection, okay, the collection that you're using. Cool. Record equal to, okay, so this is the record command is the query, I think.
yes. So
Okay.
my query is this particular thing, a small dictionary that is highlighted.
Hmm.
You see. So
Yeah, yeah.
what is my query is that inside a document where the name is equal to mailing list, and mailing list is basically Akash.
Hmm.
So search for the document, find one document. So find one will actually search the first document that appears. So
Okay.
probably there are 10 documents with the name Akash,
Hmm.
and find one function will find the first one.
Right.
Okay. So, but the structure that we have maintained, there will always be a unique name. So the mailing list name will be unique. So there is always going to be one Akash only because that name is going to be unique. So I have queried that. I'm finding that particular document. Okay, so okay, this is the test run thing. Wait, I'll open the actual Fargate function. This is a different function. Okay, I'm
Okay,
showing
okay.
you clean emails. What we will have to do use Lambda Fargate, right? That was
Right.
for a different task. That was for cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's opening. Yeah, see, so this is the Lambda for triggering Fargate task.
Hmm.
Okay. So these 4 lines is actually reading from the API the input or whatever it is, and then I'm setting the status to scraping started, and this is my
Hmm.
document structure.
Hmm.
Okay, we saw it in MongoDB. So
Yeah.
my database name is code market underscore Akash.
Hmm.
This database variable will actually have the database, and this collection variable is I'm searching for this particular collection.
Okay.
And then I'm doing insert one. So I'm inserting just one document.
Hmm.
So now Yelp Scraper mailing list collection has one document with the name as Akash and limit as one, and the status is scraping started, created by UI, and as I said, created timestamp is an empty string and collection of email is
Hmm.
an empty string.
Right.
And then whatever encoding is required, I'm doing that. The cluster definition and task definition and override variables, whatever is there. Then I'm creating a run task and I'm initiating the task. And as a response, I'm returning the status. So this is what I told you even yesterday. This is inside my Python file.
Hmm.
So what do you want to do now? That step is necessary. Creating a a package development for Lambda is necessary. So, do you want to do it on your own, looking on at the video, or do you want to do it like hands-on right now while recording the meeting? How do you want to do?
Hmm. I am still not sure actually. Okay, are you going to be free after a while? Like, is it okay if we stop for now and connect on another call later? Is that okay?
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, because this is like a whole rush of information, so I want to keep track of things. So I'll just go through what we've done once again before we go on with the Lambda thing. Is that okay? And if
Yes.
possible, I'll just send me the link. I'll just watch it once to see what is happening. If you think I should just do it by myself, I'll try it by myself once. That is also
Yeah.
fine.
Actually, those are simple steps. Nothing complicated is there. There is no like new error that you will be facing. What that video tells is first you need to enable PowerShell for Windows since you
Mm-hmm.
don't have Ubuntu, right? But
Yeah.
Windows gives you a feature of using this Ubuntu PowerShell. So
Okay.
you have to go to this Windows features, turn on and off. So you have to go in here. Just a second, it is loading.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see this Windows PowerShell 2.0, I have
Yeah.
enabled it. So
Yeah.
even you have to enable, then you have to go to Microsoft Store and install Ubuntu. So Microsoft Store.
Okay, if it's these kind of steps, I think I'll like be able to follow it by myself. Um,
Yeah. So see this is 18.04. So
mhm.
I have installed this one.
By
So
the
you have
way, if
to
you're using like a virtual machine Ubuntu already, that won't suffice in any way here.
no. I
Like
didn't
I'm
quite
just
get your.
asking. Uh, this is okay. This is the Ubuntu app. Alright, my bad, my bad.
Yeah. So
Okay.
actually, Windows allows you to use Linux PowerShell. So
Okay.
so you have to enable that feature of PowerShell and then install this particular app. Then
Okay.
you open your command prompt and just type in Ubuntu 18.04, and instead of the Windows CMD, it will act as a Ubuntu CMD, Ubuntu
Okay.
terminal. And
Yeah.
in the videos, there are all big commands that I don't actually remember. Some you have to set
Yeah.
the PPA or dead snakes and stuff.
Yeah.
So simply you just have to type in those, and you have to follow it. Only the difference would be he is installing NumPy and Pandas. You have to install DNS Python and PyMongo.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is
It's
that.
fine.
So
I think I'll try it myself. If I like get any issues by chance or anything, I'll contact you.
yeah. So once you're done with that, when you are like you have created that particular zip file, then let us connect. We'll move forward with the creation of Lambda and writing Lambda and stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
so do you
So
want to like do it today or should we like I don't know. I want you to see your time as well because
no,
I'm sure it's a
I
couple of
think this task is accomplished. You can accomplish it today. You can finish it today. You will have the entire system ready along with the API.
okay, okay.
So I
Fine
think
then.
let's do it. If it's okay with you,
Yeah,
then
yeah, it's
let's
fine
do it.
with me, no issues at all.
Yeah. Also, and do one thing. Also install Postman. Okay.
Postman. Okay.
Postman is an application. Again, just Google Postman, and the first link will be of Postman. So what is Postman? It is basically you can handle your API. You can test
Okay.
your
Yeah.
API and all those kind of things. Okay.
All right, all right.
So if you have the zip file ready, you have Postman ready, then today itself we'll create the Lambda function, and today itself we'll create the API, and you'll be done with the end-to-end execution. Like you would have at the end of the day you have replicated the entire system that I have built.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, by what time will you be
You
okay with connecting
You,
again?
you tell me, you're gonna have dinner right now. I'll finish with my dinner and maybe in an hour, or you tell me whenever you are free.
See, I'm free. I'm just gonna have to do those steps that you told me in the middle. I mean, the whole function thing and following that video.
Okay.
I so I don't know how long does that take. Accordingly, let's put that. We'll have dinner and I'll finish that off. Till then, you take a break also.
Okay. So 9, should we resume by 9, or you wanted a little later?
Is it possible a little later because dinner
Yeah, sure.
yeah
Tell. That is what I'm asking. Give me the time. I'm free.
9:30 or so is
Yeah,
fine.
sure. Will do. So we'll continue again at 9:30.
All right. Yeah.
Okay then. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.